All right, it's good to be back with you. And today I want to talk about wisdom. And got a reason I want to discuss it. I recently joined an INTP group just to kind of pick their brains, kind of just get a feel of how they process things in the world. We INFJs love to study people. I do. I love the study of humanity. And I just want to know what is it that makes these people tick. So I joined this group, got to reading their posts and looking at different things, and somebody had made the statement or posted a question. Who is the most intelligent or the smartest? Is it the INTP or the INFJ? Of course, the INTPs are all biased. We're the smartest. We're the smartest. We're the best. They got big egos. They're very quiet people, but they got a huge ego, as most T types do. It just comes with a T. So anyway, uh, but I noticed there was a few people that commented and said, "Yeah, we're smarter, but we can't quite touch the part known as wisdom." I believe the INFJ is wiser. We're smarter, but they're wiser. We know all the facts, we know the figures, we know we can pour it all through a logical filter. We can analyze it, we can rationalize it, but when it comes to actually using what we know in everyday life, to cause things to connect with other people and other situations, it's very difficult for them. They may know a lot and can spit out all the info, but when it comes to using it and applying it through wisdom, wisdom gives us a connection with other humans. They really lack in that. They're very, very introverted and they like to stay to themselves and don't even like to come out of a closet. I mean, they could stay in there for years and never come out. These are real hermits. But, wisdom is the ability to discern inner qualities uh, and apply them to your relationships, the ability to discern and to apply it in a way that causes things to work together for everybody's benefit. It's also the idea of good sense, common sense, we'd call it, or good judgment. Um, the ability to discern what is true or right or lasting. So, there's these qualities about wisdom that gives us, insight into what's right, and what's right for every situation, not just, are my facts right, but my facts, are they aligned in such a way that I can take them and apply them even in emotional situations? You know, I'm a bit emotional. I'm an emotional INFJ. I'm probably kind of sensitive, even maybe even somewhat more than most. I'm a real heavy feeler type. My F is way out there. So a lot of my thought processes rely heavily on my extroverted feeling. I mean, it really does. I really have my feelers out there, and I'm really gauging the room, and filtering that through my intuition, introvert intuition. So I'm really heavy into that. But those functions cause me to take what I do know, and I love to study. That's one reason I'm in that group. I want to know more about how to be more logical and less of a feeler type. I'd like to have a little more of that T development, that TI in my life, but I know it's a shadow, but I need some of that. And so I wanted to learn all I can from them in that area, but I don't want that to ever like overrule or take over. And I don't believe I have to worry about it, but I just want that to complement what I already have in INFE. So it would be a great combination, and it would be an explosion of wisdom. Really putting all that together was just phenomenal. So I'm willing to learn what I can, and apply it to where it's needed. Um, But I thought about, they were talking also about debating. They love to debate. Oh man, T types love debates because they'll usually win. But what is a debate, and really, what's the essence of it? What's the purpose of it? And I heard a man years ago. Um, in fact, he was a preacher. Because a lot of religious people love debates, and we love to, which religion's right, which one's wrong. I can beat you. I can show you how you're a false church, you're a false whatever. And people will debate theology, ad nauseum. We just make you sick. So, um, but I know there's something I heard an elderly gentleman say years ago. He said a debate does not necessarily reveal who's right. It usually only reveals who's the most clever. And when you stop and think about it, that's exactly what the debate does. I mean, think about politics. You've got, a whole stage full of clowns up there duking it out with each other. But, then you have to step back and ask yourself the question, well, of all those clowns, who's really right? When you listen to the Democratic debate, you have to ask, well, who's right? Was it Hillary or Joe? I mean, well, and the media said, well, Joe won, or Hillary won, or this one won, or that one. They could all be absolutely off their rocker wrong, but the media is going to tell you which one won. So which one wins doesn't necessarily tell you who's right. I mean, look at Donald Duck and Ted Cruz and all them that debated several years ago, and they all yak yak yak, and but at the end of the day, you have to say, well, what was established here? Who was right or who was the most clever? And a lot of it just turns into a real filth show. I would say the other word, but I'm a pastor, so I'm trying to keep it kind of clean here. It's a show, and we see which one's most clever, which one can cause the most bluster. And of course, in the Republican debate, that was always Donald Trump. He could win hands down just because he's rude, crude, and he takes all the air out of the room. I mean, it's all about him. So it didn't matter who the media said won. We all know, it had to be Donald. So, but wisdom, where does it come into play here? I believe INFJs are wired in such a way that we really have that wisdom about us to take what we do know, the knowledge we can gain, and apply it to our everyday lives in a practical way, in a common sense way, in a way that's going to benefit us and benefit others. There's a video I'd like for all of you to watch. If you get a chance, it's about 15, 17 minutes long, but it's called the 5 Laws of Stupidity. I'm going to try to link it in the description. And I'll tell you, it was a real eye-opener for me, when I seen that. I mean, really what it means to be intelligent and really what it means to be stupid. And then there's a few things in between, stupidity and intelligence. But I think it will be a benefit to you to watch. And you're going to be amazed when you watch this video, when you stop to think about the people you're going to be amazed at how many stupid people are around you. At least by this gentleman's definition. He was, I believe, an economic historian, I believe, or something like that wrote this article many years, back in the 70s, many years ago. But you got to watch it. I'm telling you, it's so it's fascinating. But when I listened to it, I thought, I really hope, looking back over my life, I really hope I've been intelligent, because I don't want to be stupid. And being stupid really has nothing to do with how much you know, how much book smart you have. I have people all the time make fun of me because I don't have a degree in this, a degree in that, and a degree in something else. But listen, there are Nobel Peace Prize winners. There's PhDs. There's doctors, lawyers, politicians. I mean, there's people of all walks of life in these high-ranking categories that are absolutely stupid. And when you hear this man's take on it, you'll know why I say that. They're stupid. And yet there's average everyday people you run into this on the street. They might be bagging your groceries, or they may be cooking hot dogs, or who knows, doing minimal work, or things. Or you might say, well, they don't even have a high school education or diploma, but yet they're intelligent. I mean, I had a father-in-law this way. He was extremely intelligent with just an eighth grade education. Amish folks, most of them have an eighth grade education. But I'll tell you one thing, most of them are multimillionaires, and they've done it on hard work and hard labor, and they've been smart with how they've, you know, carried themselves and managed their money. So being intelligent doesn't necessarily have to do with how much facts and figures and logic and all that reasoning you got. You know, it's a lot deeper than that. I think you INFJs know what I'm talking about. Leave me a comment if you can. Share with me your thoughts on this subject of wisdom. I'd love to hear them. Take care. God bless.